Hello everyone, welcome to Kritika Mathur Astrology. Today we are going to discuss about the transit of Sun in the sign of Gemini starting from the 15th of June till the 17th of July. And today in this video we are going to discuss what will be the consequences of this transit, what will this transit bring in the world affairs as well as in each of our lives through all the 12 zodiac ascendant signs. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Also, if you haven't pressed the bell icon, do not forget to do so, because only after pressing the bell icon will you receive the notifications from my channel. So let's begin with today's video. Let's try to first understand what exactly Sun is bringing into all of our lives. What is the meaning of Sun? Sun is our soul, which is also called our Atma. Sun is giving the light into all of our lives. It acts as a ruler, as a king, as a power, and as authority. In the world affairs, if we talk about this particular transit, what we are going to see is, first of all, the economy of countries will be taking a big hit because Sun is also the head, the ruler and the king. So this means that the head of the country, the head of your company, the head of your family, and the head of each of the relationship that you will be heading into. Amongst the two people in a relationship, also there is one head which rules the relationship. So in terms of worldly affairs, the first thing we see is that the government of various countries are going to have a hard time bringing their economies up. Second thing which we notice here is, since this is happening in the sign of Gemini, which is an air sign, we will see a lot of affairs related to the aviation industry, like we have seen what happened with Jet Airways, for example. The third thing what we see is that calamities can occur in terms of the aviation. That means the air crashes, the delay in the flights, and secondly also in terms of bomb blasts in the religious places, like what we saw in Sri Lanka in the churches. Another thing which we will notice here, in common ground, not particularly for world affairs but commonly and in general, what we will see here is that people will have a lot of things to say. They will be very much open to the communication. Also, there will be a lot of irritation and agitatedness, and there is a particular reason for this. Sun transiting in the sign of Gemini is not alone. Already there is Rahu, Mercury and Mars posited in the sign of Gemini. Saturn and Ketu are aspecting this particular zodiac sign, which means that now we have 6 planets in combination to each other, which includes Sun, Mercury, Mars, Rahu, Saturn and Ketu. Because of this 6 planetary combinations, there is going to be a lot of agitation, confusion and irritation amongst people in general. Now let us go zodiac by zodiac on what this transit is going to bring for us. But before that, a very important thing to understand is that each of us have our own chart, our own birth chart, and the results what we are going to see will be related to our own birth chart. So if there is an event, for example an event of marriage, event of job change, event of childbirth, or event of traveling abroad, for example, all of these events will occur only if you have a promise in your birth chart. Transits will only help you to time these events, meaning that whether it will happen in this time or not. But if it will happen at all or not, it will be depending on your personal chart. And in case you would like to have consultation with me personally, then you can contact me. All the details are given in the description box to contact me. Let's go zodiac by zodiac now and try to understand how this transit is going to bring in change in all of our lives, starting with the zodiac of Aries. For the Aries ascendant people, a lot of people ask me question whether this is going to be as per the ascendant, moon sign or zodiac sun signs. A common answer to them is that if you are measuring this with your moon sign, then you will be seeing these effects in your emotional front. If you want to judge the transit as per your ascendant, then the reality of events will come into play, that event is actually happening. If you go through the sun sign or zodiac, then the effect of these transit videos are going to make less of a difference into your lives. Coming to the Aries zodiac sign, this is happening in your 3rd house. Also to mention that this the sun, which is the planet, is ruling your 5th house. So we see here that the 5th house lord, which means the 5th house ruler, is going to the 3rd house. We see here that your communication channels with everyone is going to be very much open. Relationship with siblings, neighbors, friends is going to cherish, and you will spend much time with them. You will have an open conversations with them. Thirdly, we also see here that at the same time you have to be a little bit careful about what you're going to say, because sometimes the words may hurt someone. And here a very important point we have to also know, that there is a solar eclipse which is going to happen from the 3-4 of July, which is the approximately from the 2nd of July, so 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and also it's going to also happen on the 17th, 18th and 19th of July. So under these time periods you have to be extra careful. So for the Aries ascendant, we see that the communication channels is very much open. There is a lot of things you'll have to say and exchange with the people. There is closeness going to be. Also you have to be a little bit careful on what you're going to say. You have to take care of your health as well during this time. Be very careful if you want to make any new investments. Coming to the 2nd zodiac sign of Taurus ascendant. For the Taurus ascendant people, this is going to happen in your 2nd house. As you can see in the chart over here, you will know exactly where this transit is going to make a difference in your life. So for you guys, if I give you one liner, one tagline, I would say that eat, sleep, work and repeat. During this time you have to be very careful of your sleeping patterns, of your eating habits. Be very careful on what you're going to eat, because it may harm your health, particularly your bones, and you may have some stomach issues as well. So be very careful, very health conscious during this time. Again, what you're going to speak, how you're going to speak, pay utmost importance to it, because your words can hurt someone as well, especially in your family, within your family. Also, if you are planning to do some buying and selling of the properties, this is a very good time for you guys. Coming to the Gemini ascendant people. For the Gemini ascendants, this is happening right on your head as the ascendant of Gemini itself. So for you guys, you have been handling a lot of pressure and a lot of problematic situations and areas of your life. This is a time where you will get a lot of creative and nice ideas. You will always be enlightened with something new to do. You will want to put in your own effort into the things that you want to do. You will not want to depend on other people for your luck. You will make your luck through your own efforts. And another thing we see is that you already are having some stomach issues and some skin problems, especially on your face. So this is something where you have to be careful of, and it is going to soon disappear because we also have to notice here is that Sun is transiting in the sign of Gemini, and the ruler of Gemini is Mercury, which is also going retrograde from the 8th of July till the 1st of August. So depending on how the ruler is, this transit is going to be. So this problem of your face and your health is going to soon improve, but still till now you do have to care a lot about this. Also, you are having a lot of expenses which after 8th of July is somewhere going to subside. Coming to the next zodiac sign of Cancer ascendant people. For the Cancer ascendant, this is happening in your 12th house. You have to be very careful with your expenses, because that's the only thing which we can see right now is expenses. You also are having some tough time managing your personal and professional life. Although you are getting some job opportunities wherein you have to switch your place, you have to change your place and go somewhere else to work, but you are trying to avoid it. Also, this is a very good time for you if you would like to start a new health regime, you want to join a new gym. It's a very good time for that. One caution for you is that be very careful while interacting with your teammates and your colleagues at work. There is going to be some politics over there, and you may be one of the victims of that. So be very careful while interacting with your colleagues. Do not fall prey to any unnecessary arguments. Starting with the next ascendant of Leo. For the Leo rising or Leo ascendant people, this is a brilliant transit for you. First of all, financially you're going to be very, very stable. You are going to get a lot of gains. Also, you will gain some of the fame in your own workplace, in your own industry. Even if you're into business, it's a very good time for progression. Another thing we see here is for the students, you are having some tough time, but stay on. Concentration level is going to improve after a while. But those who are already working or they're on their own business, it is a very good time. It is a rewarding time for you. One thing you have to be careful of is do take care of your knees, because that is where you may have some health issue. Also, because here we also see the combination and conjunctions, you have to take care of your heart problems, because that may arise. Overall, this is a very, very good transit for you. Coming to the next ascendant of Virgo. So for the Virgo ascendant people, this is going to happen in your 10th house. You also have been facing a lot of difficulties while managing your personal life and your professional life, and you are having some troubles at work as well. You have been a victim of politics going around at work. This time what you are going to do is you are going to come out of all of these issues, and you will be budding as a new bright shining star. So it is a very good transit for you. You will overcome all the issues at work. You will gain fame at work, recognition at work. Your efforts are going to be rewarded, and it is a good time for you to get promotion. Of course, depending on your natal birth chart, where we see the promise is actually happening or not. If it is happening during this time, definitely you can get a promotion or an increment during this time. One thing is that you have to take care of your health, and not only yours, you have to take care of your father's and your mother's health as well. Coming to the next zodiac sign of Libra ascendant people. For the Libra ascendant, one thing which you have to do during this time is to maintain a certain amount of balance. This transit is happening in your 9th house. When you're planning for any kind of leisure travel, even business travel, you have to be very, very careful. So plan your travels. Do take care of your mother and your father's health both. Also, you have to take care of your own health. If you are planning for some kind of investments, putting into money into stocks, this is a good time for it, so you can go for this. Overall, it is a good time for you. Just have to take care of your health a little bit. Coming to the next ascendant of Scorpio. So for the Scorpio ascendant, you also have been facing some of the issues here and there with your professional life, where this time right now I would like to make yourself aware that issues related to two things can occur. So the first issue that can occur will be related to your health, and second one is going to be related to your professional life. So you have to be very, very careful. This transit is happening in your 8th house, and even your Lord, which is Mars, is also in the 8th house. So you have to definitely take care of your health. Try to avoid eating outside, because this is what is going to cause some of the stomach problems, especially the lower abdomen problems you may have. Another thing which you have to be careful of is the work. So please try to avoid any kind of confrontations, any kind of arguments at work. Try not to mess around with your bosses, especially colleagues you'll be able to manage, but with the bosses you have to be careful. Regarding for the students and regarding for making new investments, especially it's not a good time for you, but especially be careful on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th of July, and also on the 15th, 16th and 17th of July, because that's the time when solar eclipse is also happening. So you have to be extra careful during that time. Coming to the Sagittarius ascendant people, Sagittarius, you have been into great pressure, poor people. Things are going to improve very soon. I would just ask you to have a little bit of patience, because things are really getting messed up when it comes to your personal life, in terms of your relationship, in terms of your marriage. So be very careful during this time as well. The struggle continues, unfortunately. First thing is that you have to be careful managing your relationship. So try to maintain a balance. Try to not get into any kind of confrontation. Another issue is that if you are having a business partner, you will have some trouble in terms of coming into common grounds, coming into the common level of interest with your partner. So if you are managing your business on your own, which is like a sole proprietorship, then it's a very good time for you to make your gains. Another thing is that be very careful related to your health issues. Those are some of the things that you have been facing already. You have already seen the effect of this transit, but these things will continue. So take care of your health. Also try to balance out the things into your relationship. For the students, do not try to get into competitive exams before 22nd of June. After that you can get into these exams. Things are not favorable for any kind of investments, so stay away from that. Coming to the next zodiac sign of Capricorn. For the Capricorn ascendant people, this is going to happen in your 6th house. So you will feel very active. It's a good time to join a gym for you. Also, it's also some kind of expenses which have been increasing, so do take care on that. It is overall, it's a very good time, because you will get recognition at work, you will get fame at work. You will the only problem you will feel is a little bit of politics, so be a little bit careful regarding the politics. So do not get involved in it. Do not try to gossip. Do not try to aggravate the worst situations at work. So it is in your hand. Try not to get into any kind of arguments at work. All in all, things are pretty much fine, especially during the 15th, 16th, 17th of July. You have to take care of your health even more. Coming to the next zodiac sign of Aquarius. For Aquarius ascendant people, things have been going pretty well. You have got some chances to switch your jobs. Well, right now I would tell you that if you get a chance, do not just jump into changing your job. This transit is happening in your 5th house. You will get a lot of opportunities, but just plan your job change. So if you do get a chance, you can do it, but think over it. Do not take impulsive decisions. Another thing is that if you have children, you may have some health issues, health problems related to children. So be a little bit vigilant on that as well. Support from your colleagues have been missing since a time. It's your own effort, it's your own learning that is going to give you the result that you're looking for. It is a very good time for relationships. If you want to start a relationship, and if you're married also, it is a good time to enhance that relation as well. So overall, it is a good transit for you. Coming to the last ascendant of Pisces. For the Pisces ascendant people, this is going to happen in your 4th house. Well, things have not been all that great for you because you are also having trouble in balancing the personal as well as professional life. One of the things that you are lucky now is if you would like to invest in property, so buying and selling of the property is good for you right now. Of course, we have to check the exact dates when you would like to do and your personal birth chart to get the surety of the things, as we know that this transit video is a very generic point of view. The final say is definitely coming from your birth chart as well. Well, the first thing we see here is that it's a good time for buying and selling of the property. For the students, it's a very good time, so you are going to have the kind of concentration level, the exams coming up, so you will be able to perform very well in that. For the people who are working, if you're working from home, it's a very good time for you. You will also have to take a little bit care about your mother's health. As for your health, you may have some problems in your lungs, so take care on that. If you would like to sign any new contracts, if you would like to make any new agreements, the best time for that would be before Mercury turns retrograde, which is before 18th of July. Another thing is that if you would like to join gym or any fitness regime, it's a very good time for you. So health wise things are fine, just have to be a little bit careful. Work wise, it's good if you have any opportunity wherein you have to work from home. Of course, it's going to give you better gains. So that's all for this video. Stay tuned for the new videos coming up, and I'll be making separate videos for other transits as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so, and if you haven't pressed the bell icon, please do that as well. If you would like to have your personal consultation, you can contact me. Details are in the description box and also on the screen below. So thank you so much and stay blessed. Happy transit.